Having recently reviewed the Honda CMX 500 Rebel and really enjoying riding it, I was obviously quite excited when I saw the news that Honda were launching a big brother for 2021. The prospect of the same Rebel DNA but with a bigger motor certainly whet my appetite. When I discovered the 1084cc motor from the Africa Twin was going to power it, then I was even more interested. It's such a great engine. A new Honda Cruiser hitting the market in 2021 is a very interesting prospect, especially given the news from over the pond that Harley-Davidson are dropping the Sportster range from the European market due to the Euro 5 regulations. Has this left the door open for Honda to pounce? Enough with the conjecture, let's take a look at what we can expect from the new big Rebel from what we know, starting from the key element, that engine. Now, I love the engine in the Africa Twin, plenty of low down torque and a really tasty soundtrack to boot. Honda made the 1084cc parallel twin sound not too dissimilar to a V-twin. There are some changes of course to suit it sitting in a cruiser frame. For example, the flywheel is heavier, the timing and ignition settings have been altered, but the 270-degree firing order is retained. This change in tune brings the power down to 85 horsepower compared to 100 in the Africa Twin, and torque is lower as well at 98 Newton meters as opposed to 105 Newton meters. Given the different riding characteristics that a cruiser requires, this is not a surprise really. The CMX 1100 gets a ride-by-wire throttle, which also means riding modes. There are 3 default modes to choose from: Standard, Rain and Sport, plus a user customizable mode. Each mode has varying levels of torque and wheelie control, and cruise control comes as standard with the bike too. Another big piece of news is that the Rebel will also be available with the DCT Gearbox. This dual clutch transmission does seem to create a bit of a divide in the biking community, and I think it's often misunderstood and therefore written off just as a twist and go. I was a little sceptical myself until I rode one, both on the Africa Twin and the Goldwing. Then I realised just what a fantastic piece of technology it is. It would definitely be on my list when shopping for a Honda, and I can see it being well received by cruiser riders. There are 3 different D modes to match with the riding modes, and of course a user customizable option as well. You can of course still shift manually with the paddle shifters on the left handlebar controls. Onto the chassis now, and the Rebel retains the tubular steel frame that it's known for, and it should prove to be a stable and steady ride. 43mm cartridge forks take care of suspension duties at the front, with piggyback shocks at the rear. Both ends are adjustable for preload. These help keep the 18-inch front and 16-inch rear wheels glued to the tarmac. The fat 180 and 130 section tyres do look the part too. The seat height is a nice and low 700mm or 27.5 inches, which will help the rider balance the 223 kilograms wet weight of the bike, or 233 kilograms if you choose the DCT model. As you would expect, there's a whole range of accessories for the Rebel 1100, ranging from diamond stitch saddles in black and brown, a rear rack to replace the pillion pad, tank pads, a rather neat looking headlight fairing, right through to backrests, saddle bags, screens and a shorty mudguard. The engine was pretty frugal in the Africa Twin, so the 13.6 litre tank should offer a decent range between fill-ups. There is a brand new negative LCD instrument display housed in a round bezel. No TFT here, but I don't think the bike suffers for that at all. Lighting is LED all round of course, and charging devices on the bike is brought bang up to date with the inclusion of a USB-C port found under the seat. On paper it looks like a winner, and I'm really looking forward to getting a chance to take one of the press bikes out and seeing if it lives up to the expectations. The Rebel should be hitting showrooms early next year. I don't often make preview videos like this for new bikes, but having recently ridden and reviewed the CMX 500 as well as both iterations of the Africa Twin and the Goldwing, I was quite excited by the news when this broke, so I thought I'd put this together just to give you a brief idea of what we can expect. If you would like to see more of these, then just let me know in the comments section. If you like the video, please hit that like button, that's much appreciated. And if you want to see more of these, as well as my usual tried and tested bike and gear reviews, then don't forget to click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. And until next time, thanks for watching, take care, ride safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.